Hello, I want to talk about this MiraMate Mini Magic, which is a pulsed electromagnetic frequency device. So what's it useful for? It's actually a lot of the usage is actually for pain management. So you can actually put this on your body and use a strap to secure it. And this one I have actually placed the battery inside, so it doesn't need to use any wires, but it can also be connected using wires. Anyway, I just want to share an experience I had with it recently. So I bought this quite recently, and I've used it a number of times for pain management because I tend to get neuralgic pain in my arm, and this actually started after the vaccine. The vaccine, and it was a side effect, so it lasted quite long, and from time to time it still comes back. So I've used this and I found that it helps. But anyway, the most dramatic experience I've had with this was with a case of bronchial asthma. So this relative of mine had been having asthma for over a month, and he had to use the inhaler several times a day. And he did not want to use a steroid-based one because he had a bad experience with it earlier. I'm not quite agreeing that he stops using it, because if you have a chronic asthma and it lasts for months, it can actually damage the lungs. Anyway, I was visiting, and at that point in time, he woke up. No, it wasn't that late. It was about 11 o'clock, and he had a very bad attack. And his wife was already thinking of sending him to the emergency department. She asked me, what can we do about it? So I said, take arsenic amalgam 30C. I had taken his case, and that was a remedy, a homeopathic remedy that I prescribed. I'm a medical doctor and a homeopath. So with one dose of 30C, the puff wasn't working anymore for him. So he took one dose of the 30C, and I attached the PMF device, one in the front and one in the back, using a strap, and told him to just use it as long as he needed it. And he kind of turned it on and left it on overnight. And next morning, he came up to me and said, hey, my asthma's gone. I didn't have to use the puff the whole night. And I woke up this morning, I still don't have to use the puff. And the next day he told me, I still don't have to use the puff. And he had been having quite a bad asthma episode for past 3 weeks. So after using this PMF device and also the homeopathic remedy, his asthma just went. And I suppose if it comes back, we can still use this mini magic. And he said to me, look, Ma, look, it is magic for me. It is magic for me. So I think that's not a misnomer to call it mini magic.